So hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today's video will be my paycheck for budget. If you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell for notifications on my next upload. And let's get into the video. Okay, so we are at the last paycheck of the month, and I must say that I had high hopes for June, but I don't know how it's gonna go. If this is your first time coming across my channel, hi, my name is Sherelle. I make budgeting videos. I have started entrepreneur life videos on my channel as well as Plan With Me and Planner hauls. If you would like to follow me on my journey to financial freedom and paying off my debt while unemployed because I was laid off from my job, just hit that subscribe button. If you're here for the real, then this is the perfect place to be. This is my calendar view. This is how I like to set up a monthly view. And I do make my own stickers. I have an Etsy shop. So these are all the stickers from my shop. I do like to go ahead and do my paychecks in the back of my planner in the notes section. So we will be going ahead and doing that. And honestly, I don't know if I have enough pages. I mean, they are front to back. So we'll see. But that's kind of some of the reasons why I go ahead and get the extra note pages in the planner. So I'm just going to start setting up my budget because I don't want this to be a long one because I haven't like pre-planned. Actually, I don't know if I did. I just haven't looked in there. I hope this is not crooked. So I've been having a difficult time this month just with spending. I'm not sure why. Well, I'm sure why, because I'm sitting at home. And I get a little anxious and stuff. So when I do that, I tend to go ham on the shopping, but it's not even so much as, I don't know what to say. It's not so much me shopping. It's like shopping for my business. And that is very expensive. So we'll see. We'll see how next month go. This pen is in my shop. We're almost out of these pens. So if you want to pick up a pen, go ahead and pick it up. I wasn't sure if after I sell out of them, was I bringing it back to the shop, but these have been pretty popular. So I guess I will. Obviously we know my income. If you don't, I am unemployed. I receive an unemployment check. I just recently been unemployed since May. I was first placed on furlough, and then my job actually laid me off after they placed me on furlough. So here we are. So I always put unemployment, and that is 966. And I do put variable income here, but I do not mark that for you guys to see, just because I do not base my income on my variable income that comes through. I pay all my bills out of my unemployment income as it comes in. So anything that's on the variable would be extra, or it goes back into my businesses. I'm just looking for my calculator. So I reorganized my little drawer that I had. I decluttered like my organizer. I had like the 10 drawer organizer from Michael's. So I did put some of my planner stuff in there because it had got out of control. at one point. Honestly, I'm glad that I did it because it just allowed me to see all the extra stuff that I really be hoarding. So I don't know if I'm going to use this here. I'll use it here. I was going to say I don't know if I'm going to use it here or use it on the bottom, but I'll just use it there because I don't really care. So let me tell you guys this. I have, oh my God, when it's time for me to do my debt tracker, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, but I'm not going to make it a big deal, honestly. I don't know why I always do this. So if you guys don't know, I do sometimes like budget with my oopsie stickers, and my cutter has been acting up. So this one is actually getting on my nerves, so I'm just going to fix that. Just because it peels away with that white part. And honestly, that's Silhouette software. I don't know. Ever since they made that update, and then it's not always compatible with the new cameos. And I don't know if it's just me. If anybody has a Cameo and you're not experiencing problems like with cutting your stickers, let me know, because I know it can't only be me. Like, I can't be the only one with all this bad luck. I just can't. So I am gonna have to go back to my calendar view, because like I said, unfortunately I have not looked at what I have to pay, and honestly it's really not a lot. One of my bills is actually not marked here, and that's what I'm going to get to. If you guys don't know, I did have a savings challenge where I was saving $1,000 in 26 weeks. I achieved that goal last week, so I will not be putting anything into my savings this week. I will start it back off with my first paycheck of July, and I'll probably do a video on that if you guys want to, you know, join me in the challenge, because I did pretty good, and it's honestly not that bad. The $1,000 is in my savings account, and that's that. So I honestly think I don't have a lot. So I have my cell phone bill, which I had marked here, but it's not due there. They keep changing the date on me. It's weird. And then I have Victoria's Secret. And then I have my Hulu. So that's two things that I didn't have on my budget. But hear me out. So I forgot that, like, on a whim, one day coming from work, I went into Victoria's Secret and bought some stuff. And honestly, I totally forgot about it. So it was literally probably $25. And because I haven't been paying it, because I totally forgot about it, the interest and stuff is tacked on, and now it's at $75. It was more than that, but I just so happened to get a phone call from Commodity Bank, and when I was like, what balance? And then when I looked, I was like, what the hell? So needless to say, we have our last rent payment, which is $362.50. I have my cell phone bill, which is $88.20. Then I have Victoria's Secret, which I don't even know what the minimum is supposed to be, but I honestly feel like I'm just gonna pay it off, and I think it's at $75, I think. And we have Hulu, which which is $5.99. And then I'm going to put budgeted, which we don't budget anything for, and that's going to be all that we have coming out of that paycheck. Let me just double check and see when I get that first paycheck for July, because I think that should be able to cover the rest of my bills. So and since somebody told me that I could actually do my claim for my unemployment on Sunday, so actually the check hits on Tuesday instead of that Wednesday. So the next time I would get my unemployment check will be the 30th. So I should be fine. And this just peeled up like a bitch. Like, the fit gets on my nerves. I'm just gonna fix it because I got time today. I've been up currently for a long time. So I'm a little loopsy, that's why. I'm gonna skip a line in case I forget something, but I'm pretty sure everything that I forgot before I have on here. So we have $362.50 plus $88.20 plus $75 plus $5.99 equals $531.69. Let's take away that from $966, and we have a rollover of $434.31. Now, honestly, I should be making a debt payment. And it's supposed to be $300 for Chase, right? Which would leave me $134.31 for my potential savings if I don't do anything extra. But honestly, when we get into my debt tracker, you'll just see I am way off on that. So we'll just see. I have to get it together. I'll talk about it in my debt tracker because this is out of control. July is definitely a buckle down month just because I don't know how long this extra $600 is going to last. And honestly, at this point, I'm just going to look for a job. I haven't been looking for a job just because I've been trying to dedicate my time to my businesses to see if I could actually, you know, be able to stay home and work. But I don't think that's going to happen right now. I need more time. And honestly, if my rent didn't take up a big portion of my income, even though it doesn't seem like it, it still does. If I was paying a little less rent, I probably wouldn't be worried about it. But without that extra $600, I won't be able to pay my rent. So I have to look for a job. And there's other ways I could do that. Honestly, I don't want to go back to work at this point. Not because I just don't want to work, but in my experience and how the way I was let go from my job is, at this point, I'm just tired of being expendable to somebody else. And not because I'm a horrible employee. I just think bitches is haters. And honestly, that's what it comes down to when you don't have to ask, kiss, or do extra. Like, there's black Karens too. And I want you guys to realize that and to understand that there are people in this world that, and when I say a Karen, I'm not saying like they have some sort of privilege, but I do feel like in certain industries where people believe they are in competition with you when you in no means are in competition with them. Not in my head anyway, because I just feel like in certain aspects, I know what I'm good at. I know what I bring to the table. I know what my worth is. This is pretty much off. My budget is pretty much done. My income is going to stay this because I'm not going to count that other income. But I just want this, you know, this is a lesson to me. I was at another company for 6 years. I worked at this company, worked my way up into a leadership position, and I just felt like I was shitted on, and I put my 100,000% in the job that I was doing to the point where I was miserable. So I never wanted to stay somewhere where I was miserable, number one, and number two, the money just wasn't right because I still was struggling. Like, if you go back even to my other channel, sometimes when I went to do my paycheck budget, I would come up with, you know, a negative balance and at the end of it. So I wouldn't even have enough money to meet all my expenses. So I looked for another job. I found another job. It paid more money. At this point, I was happy there. I didn't see, you know, it wasn't a big issue until the pieces inside of my management team started to move around. And then it was a lot of politics that was going on. It was a lot of favoritism that was going on. But in the end, for me, it really doesn't matter to me because I was there to do a job, number one, and I was well received, well liked. My termination totally came out of left field, and this is when I say that, you know, there are Black Karens out there that are envious of you and know that the only way for them to get to somewhere else, if they know is off the back of you, they're gonna break your back to get there. I have never been that type because I'm just set up a little bit different. Like, what you see is what you get, and honestly, I have been a work in progress for my teen years because a long time ago I might have been sending bitches to the hospital. I'm gonna just be very clear on that, because the way that it was handled and the way that the HR department reacted to these complaints that were made against me was like crazy, because in the end, I've never had any complaints made against me. I was on board to go where I needed to go. I had no complaints, not even in my review, about anything about, you know, me making somebody feel uncomfortable and things like that. And the stuff that was said about me, it was like crazy because you know how you come into a situation where it was bad, you started to make it better, but those bad seeds, the company was still holding on to, which is fine. But these are people that already worked together before I even got there. So the stuff that was said, I never needed to say because it was just something that was known. Like, what is known doesn't need to be spoken about. So it is what it is. I mean, I'll go and look for another job because I have to right now at this point, because my businesses is not just where they want to be. I would like to be at home with my kid. She is 8 now. For 6 years of her life, I have been doing 50 hours, 100 hours a week. And, you know, I would just like to be there to experience her life. Unfortunately, I am a single mom. So if I have to make this sacrifice right now, I will hope that I will make it right now. So that's something that she will not have to do once she gets older. And that's why I always talk about the purpose of creating generational wealth in your family and breaking those cycles if it's possible. Because it's important. It's important to the stability of us as a people and as a community, and as to the future generations that's in our families, to be able to create something that could last. So that was my whole point in that. But it's to say, if I see them bitches on the street, they better keep that same energy, because when you smile in my face, and not even that I'm not naive to think that these people were my friends, but to think that we had a mutual work respect for each other was something that I had for them, but it wasn't something that they had for me. And in the end, I was thrown to the wolves. And if I was there, the thing is, I was thrown to the wolves while I was sitting at home. If I wasn't sitting at home, it would have been a whole different story. But because I was sitting at home and my voice was never heard in the process of this whole situation, it just was funny to me. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll move on to bigger and better things. Hopefully, while them bitches is still miserable, them hoes. And we'll move on. If you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell for notifications of my next upload. If you would like to pick up any stickers that you see here, I do not currently have June kits in the shop because it is June, what is today? June 23rd anyway. So, I mean, we do have July, but honestly, July is getting ready to come down because I'm about to release my September releases. We have August in the shop, so go ahead and pick yourself up some stickers. My YouTube subscribers do get 30% off in my shop. At checkout, just enter YouTube and you can go ahead and save yourself some coins. That will be it for today. Go ahead and follow me on my social medias. They will be listed down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.